Good afternoon from sunny St. Johann in Pongau and the Predator Women's Austrian Open. It's now time for the final. Introducing our finalists. Firstly, she's from Essen, Germany. She's ranked #1 on the Eurotour rankings. We welcome Ina Kaplan. Salzburg, Germany, ranked #2, it's Pia Billard. The referee in charge of the action is Pentti Seppänen of Finland. It's a race to 9, and ladies, please lag for the break.
It's a race to 9, 3-point rule on the break, so point for every ball you make on the break, point for every ball past the head string into the kitchen. You must make a total of 3. If you don't, it's deemed an illegal break, and your opponent has the choice of whether they want to take the next shot or whether they want to pass it back to you. Our referee, just making sure those balls are nice and tight. I didn't see who won the lag, Eric, did you?
Pia won by a decent amount, so she'll have the first 2 breaks here. She's coming in as a 16-point Fargo favorite. Really negligible in the overall scheme. Really a player that's been on the rise over the last 6 months to a year. You can kind of see steady improvements, even going 2 years back from when she first came in around a 750 Fargo's, improved 60 points in about a year and a half, which is a major improvement. She's coming off a 2nd place finish at the Women's WPBA event in Michigan last weekend. And that was with a really strong field, Mark.
Yeah, and starting here with a dry break and illegal, but there's no way in a Kaplan is going to be giving this back. And this, as the Fargo points may suggest, is going to be, in my eyes, a very, very close fought battle. In a Kaplan is really some player, I can tell you.
Yeah, I hadn't actually had much chance to see her play, but I did her semi-final match, and she gets through the balls quickly, gets through the balls confidently. Kind of player that if she gets on a roll is very dangerous. Made a few mistakes, but also ran a few racks in her last match. She's going to take a good offensive charge to beat Pia here.
Did you nearly call her Pia Filler? Or Fia Pillar, you nearly called her, I think. You got the wrong teeth in, Eric.
Tricky back cut here for Kaplan. Decently natural position. Got to draw the cue ball over, but lots of room on the right side of the table. Going with a follow. Looks like it'd be a 3-rail play if she does that. I'm worried about the corner here if she's following this ball.
Strange.
Stunned it around. Kind of forced herself into a little more cue ball movement there, though, and left herself some distance here. 5 balls available in the same pocket as the 4. Gonna take a good shot here.
she'll
played.
be feeling very, very confident after her winning the semi against a very, very strong opponent, Katarzyna Wiwalewska, who had a very, very good semi-final win. I commentated on that one. Sorry, quarter-final win, I should say. Lost in the semis, of course, to this young lady.
Yeah, beat Jasmine Ocean in the quarterfinals, one of the pre-tournament favorites.
Yeah, that's the one I was going to mention. I commentated on that one, and, well, very, very uncharacteristic misses from Jasmine in the first two racks of that quarter-final. She found herself 5-1 down, Eric, and she had the first two breaks as well. Just couldn't get going.
Good recovery here from Kaplan after getting a bit of out of line on the 4. Just choosing to move the cue ball less here. Perfect position on the 8. Sure, these two have played many times over the years, both from Germany, both regular competitors in the women's Eurotour.
Good start. Very good start off the back of that dry break from Pia Filler. Good reverse dish, Eric. Good start to this final.
Yeah, Kaplan didn't have any issues with making legal breaks in her semi-final match. Haven't seen Pia play yet in this week.
Yeah, Pia in her semi-final didn't play great, to be honest. She broke better than her opponent, but she also gave her opponent lots of chances. But I think it was a very, very nervous Angelina Lubinaz in her first ever Eurotour, Eric. Not a bad result, is it, to get to the semi-final in your first ever Eurotour? But she said previously in an interview that she was very, very nervous, and it showed against Pia. But she also showed that she's a great potter also. Full-time student, part-time pool player. I'm sure we're going to see Angelina Lubinaz again. But it's this young lady who was the victor in that, and looking to break and square things up with her second break.
Pretty heavy cut, little thin. Illegal twice for Pia, so she'll have to take note of that going forward. Opening chance for Kaplan here. Actually didn't hit it thinly, just didn't hit it with enough power. This 3-point rule can be a bit of an issue if you don't hit the break with a lot of power.
Yeah, she didn't break well in her semi-final, to be honest, Pia. She did, in moments, she actually changed sides with the break. She had a few, I think it was 4 illegal breaks we had in that match. But there's a miss, catching that way too thin. Stretching as well, Eric, wasn't she?
Yeah, just focusing on slowing the cue ball down too. Another thin one for Filler here. Couldn't really hold the cue ball, but ran perfectly into the 2.
Well, that's what Inna Kaplan was worried about when she played her shot on the 1 ball. Piers ran straight into it and finished absolutely plumb on this 2 ball.
Just straight on the 4 would be okay. Small angles going to the right or left would be okay as well. Just trying to see if she has to go across 2 rails here. She looks a little thin on the 3. It's possible to hold it, but I'd prefer coming across 2 rails here. Hit the ball a little more aggressively. Looks like she's going to drag the ball though. The shot is there. Nice shot. Good angle going to the right now off the 4. Natural past the 5. Really have to take note of Filler's result last weekend. It was one of the toughest WPBA events ever assembled. Got through to the final. Lost a close one in the final. I believe the score was 11-9. Falling to Wei Tzu Chen from Chinese Taipei. Following angle was there, but chose to run into the 9. Maybe trying to free up the 7. Oddly tied up the 9 on the other side of the 7.
Well, a survey on YouTube has Pia Filler as 78% favourite for this. I'm not sure about that, Eric. Are you? Seems a little bit generous. Maybe there's more Pia fans in the chat than inner Kaplan fans. That could be it, of course.
Yeah, Fargo would say different. With it, when you're within 16 points, I think the margin is probably 10 to 15% at most.
Overcut this.
Overcut. So, chance for Kaplan to create some early separation.
It's kind of what Pia was like in the semi-final. She missed a lot more balls than we're used to seeing her miss. Is she going rail first here, Eric, or not? No. Directly. How is she on this 7? If it's dead straight, it could be a little bit awkward.
Yeah, just too much distance. Sorry,
Yeah.
Mark.
Oh, she has angle. She's okay. A little tester though, Eric, to take a 2-rack lead.
Yeah, it won't really be a nerve issue for either of these players. Both multiple-time winners on the Women's Eurotour.
Oh, she nearly missed that. And perfect start, breaking the serve of Pia Filler twice in a row there. Takes the first 2 racks, and now, of course, she has her own 2 breaks to come, Eric. How significant do you think that could be?
Yeah, and she was a break and run for us in the semi-final match. She had a couple. Didn't have any problems with being illegal. So good start for Kaplan here.
Yeah, just out of position slightly on that 8 ball. He struggled in. Finished nicely on the 9. Wasn't going to miss that. Referee getting those balls nice and tight. No template or hand rack. It's a tapped table. Not really used in the States. I've never seen it used in the States, I don't think, other than at Vegas, Tim, Eric, when we were at the different Pro Billiard Series events. They did tap the table there, but they still used a triangle as well. This is just purely tapped. You see some burn marks, some scorch marks on the cloth from the breaking.
There goes
Green
the
ball
corner
goes
ball.
in.
Easily legal. That's the break Kaplan wants. Little stuck on the rail here. Ideally, she'd like to hold up the left side of the table. That's exactly how she wants to hit the break there. Yeah, difficulty here is if you want to get close to the 2 at all, you'll have to draw the cue ball, and you're close to the rail.
It always increases the degree of difficulty, doesn't it, Eric, when you're having to dig down on the cue ball. Any little bit of side that you put on the cue ball, any little spin will be exaggerated, of course, almost swerving the cue ball. So tough shot, and she's not going low.
Yeah, she's going to level out, take the distance on the 2. Oh, powered across. The cue ball bent a little bit, though.
Certainly didn't hold back there, Eric. She looks okay on this 2 ball. Of course, work to do to get to the 3, though.
Yeah, gonna have to play a power draw here. She's not afraid of these big stroke shots, as you could see from that last shot. Nice hit. Great start for Kaplan now.
Yeah, I said 3 ball. I meant 4, of course. Pink 4, followed by the orange 5. Potting by numbers we are. Or colours, whatever floats your boat. Pia will know she's in a battle here, for sure, Eric. She knows her very well. They know each other. They know their games inside out.
Yeah, I was just going to say, before she hits this ball, she has to make sure she leaves angle, and she hasn't left enough. She can create something off the short rail, but might have to power out all the way back 2 rails. Nice shot.
Oh, a little bit too good, if anything, Eric. A little bit too hard, but can just stroke this in. Come back to the centre.
Yeah, ideally she would want to be missing the 9 going forward with follow. I think it might be just clipping the right edge of it. Danger in that is the cue ball will be playing towards the side. She can stun out of it if she likes. Looks like she's going with straight high here. Might be just missing it on the top side. Nice shot. Another power shot here from Kaplan. She doesn't have to come all the way down near the 9. She can come back to around middle table, but even getting to that zone is going to take some power. Look out.
Brilliant shot. Nice shot. Well, she's looking silky smooth right now in a Kaplan. She's in control of this final. This 8 and 9 ball to take a 3-0 lead and 1 more break to come.
Yeah, and if Filler's been struggling at all, she's going to have to answer the call here. Turn things around.
Both of these ladies came through the winner's side. We had an all Polish final yesterday. We're seeing an all German one today. Mieszko Fortunski being crowned the men's Austrian Open champion. Great performance against Wojtek Szewczak. And here we are in the ladies, an all German affair. Very close to home in Austria. Not too far across the border, Eric. So I would love a repeat of the last break.
Nice hit. 2 balls down immediately. Legal break. Little sharp on the 2 in the side, but I believe she'll have an offensive opportunity here. Biggest issue here is the cue ball's running away from the 4.
Yeah, I was just going to ask, are you going to play around the angles or just drop this in, Eric, with a bit of spin maybe, just to check it off the rail slightly? She's not even interested. She's gone for safety and she's gone for the wall of balls and she's got them. Good shot.
Yeah, and I had a feeling by how she was cueing at it that she was going to play safe there. I think the offense was there, but just kind of protecting her lead at this point. Good shot. Pia's going to try to kick directly onto the 2 here. Stick the cue ball where the 2 is. High difficulty in this shot. Got to be careful. Going off to the left in the corner. If she follows this, I don't see a lot of good happening. Not bad, though.
Oh, is this too long to jump, Eric?
Depends if you're Fedor Gorst. Fedor Gorst would have had the cue in his hand already. But no, not an easy one.
Yeah,
Off the left long rail here.
Yeah, had to watch the scratch there. Ooh, she flirted with the corner pocket. Now then, a chance, Eric.
Yeah, first real open chance for Pia besides missing the 6 in game number 2. Good opener, natural position towards the 4. Eight ball's only available in the bottom left. 6 connects to the 7 pretty well to play the 7 in the right middle. Left middle, pardon me.
Sure, Joshua is in the audience watching. He made an early exit, of course, from the men's tournament, beaten by fellow German Ergen Turku.
Yeah, he had won his 2 previous Eurotour tries. Finally went down to defeat this week.
Yeah, won 7 out of the last 9, Eric. That's a ridiculous stat, isn't it?
No kidding. Especially in over 200 player fields. Didn't mind the side there. Move the cue ball a little more. She has some angle going to the right. Can play off the right long rail and back over to the left side of the table.
Very important rack for Pia to win this one. Won't want to go 4 behind. Race to 9, remember. Oh, called it just a little bit thick. That's why. Oh, she's misjudged this, Eric. A little bit of trouble here.
Yeah, going to have to go all the way around here. There are paths back to the 9. But difficulty in potting and not straightforward with the position. Tough spot for Pia here. You can't really hold the cue ball behind the 9. You could use the 9 as a blocker, but not get directly behind it. The 8 would be banking back into the cue ball, so she's going to try some offense here. Long stretch. Overcut it. Call that missing on the pro side. When you miss a shot like that thinly, you have a chance to get safe. Kaplan will be looking to go side rail to side rail here, I think. Nicely played. Has a chance for it to line up. It's left the right edge for sure. Don't believe she has the banking angle mark. It's close. Just having a look at it.
been a great event here in Austria. The next Predator event is Indonesia in mid-July, 11th till the 19th. It's the Indonesian International Open. Well, she had a go at the bank, Eric, but there's a chance here for Inna. Now, how are you playing this? Big draw shot with low left, Eric?
I think you have
Going
to,
all
yeah. Yep, and she's nailed a couple big stroke shots already. So she has that power and the ability to execute it.
See if she can get that cue ball
She's
arcing. Oh, she's following? No, she's digging.
No,
isn't she?
yeah, pardon me, she's drawing, yeah. Nice try.
Didn't get close, really. Well, she needs a bit of luck, and she's got it, I think. Well, no, it may have just gone on enough. Thought it was going to pull up. So a nice gift to get herself on the board, and she'll be thankful for that, Eric. She could have been 4-0 behind. But it's going to be 3-1.
Tough way to start off a match. Back to her breaks here.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. She started off breaking from the right hand side as we look, the side she's sitting on, but then she changed after a little while. After 4 breaks, she went over to the left hand side as we look, Eric. It'll be interesting to see where she breaks from this time. There's a look at the cue, the pink BK Rush. Predator raising a lot of money for women's cancer, for breast cancer, and that was brought out with that in mind. And of course 30 years anniversary for Predator as well, hence the golden break cue, the BK Rush, and also the gold headed bridge. She'd love a golden break here. She's got a golden glove.
Yeah, she has switched sides here. One ball's down this time, legal break, and right on the 2. Good decision there, switching sides.
It's all smiles now for Pia. Now I've got to bring it up, Eric. How do you stand on the chewing of gum whilst playing? I mean, I know we're supposed to keep dead still. I don't know what she does with it when she's actually stroking the ball. There you go. She's hidden it away somewhere. So she's not chewing as she's actually playing the shot.
Yeah, I think for some people it can be a diversion. One of the best players of all time, Nick Varner, was known for always having a couple pieces of gum you could noticeably see as just chewing on it as he was playing. I've never done it much myself. I mean, if you know anything that helps you, that's legal, and obviously chewing gum is a legal thing. You can't say it's wrong, but maybe something you wouldn't. Not something that I would suggest.
Well, I might give it a go. If it makes me play like Pia Filler, I might have a go.
Right. Yeah.
Maybe have a word with one of our other commentators, George Tayachaya. I'm sure he still gets some freebies. Spent his life working for Wrigley's.
That's right.
Maybe they could sponsor Pia.
She can stun to the left here and play the 5 in the right middle. Looks like she's trying a following play. If it gets through the 5, this will work. Yeah, a little straighter than I thought. Oh, because she missed it.
Well, this isn't the Pia Filler we've come to know. Maybe there's a little bit of tiredness in her, as you said. Just come back from the Soaring Eagle tournament just a couple of days before she started playing here. She played some of the men's event as well, so she's been playing a lot of pool. Time difference as well from America. Could be something. Maybe looking just a little bit tired around the eyes, Eric.
Yeah, you see that sometimes with her. That's completely understandable. As you were saying, flying internationally in the past week, traveling. Modern day players are getting more used to that type of travel, but still no way around it. It really takes a lot out of you.
Overhitting that one by a foot or so. This is a little bit of a cutback. Just makes the positional shot on the 7 ball that more difficult. Where's she going to go with a cue ball here, Eric?
I mean, she'd like to hold up the left side of the table, but I think she would have shot by now if that was easily done. It looks like she can. It'll have to be hit softly, which is not ideal for kind of an obscure angle like this. If she crosses the table, I think she's worried about running into the 7 or 9, but also maybe can play some right spin and have the 7 in the left middle. Looks like that's what she's going for. Angle's going pretty wide though.
Well, great shot. She's held it okay.
Yeah. Gonna run into the 9 here on the following angle. Drawing angle's not doing much, but she seems to have a plan here. She'll have to come to the short side of the 8.
It's an inner Kaplan plan.
That's right. She'll have to come into the short side of the 8 here if she draws the ball. It's possible.
Oh, nice little bump there. Okay, she's left the bank, but will Pia take this on, you think, Eric?
I think she will. Problem with the shot is she can't develop any angle going to the left off the bank. Has to make a decision here because she'll know she'll be shooting a thin 8 if she does go at the bank. It's really straight in, so you couldn't even go around 3 rails and try to get better on it. Yeah.
Didn't take it on. It's a bit of a strange one.
Yeah, just being down in the match there, I think it was worth the value trying the thin cut on the 8. But big shot for Kaplan here. All the way up and down table. 20 feet of cue ball movement.
Didn't get close to it. Didn't get close.
So a couple let-offs here for Jasmine in the last 2 racks. Or Jasmine, pardon me. Pia. Excuse me.
Welcome to my world, Eric. Oh, this is going to be... Doesn't want to be on the rail. Oh, she's just okay. Big shot in the context of the match, this. This to just close within 1. And I think she'll be happy with that. Needs a bounce, Eric. Needs a bounce. Got it.
Nice play.
Yeah, and won't be too disappointed, Eric, to be 3-2 down after how this match has gone, really.
Yeah, a few mistakes, but holding close.
This was the shot. Overdrew it, which led to running out of position on the 7 ball. Ended up a little safety battle on the 7, but it was Pia who won that. and ended up making the all-important yellow and white striped 9 ball. Now, I mentioned just now about Indonesia being next. Then from the 17th to the 25th of September, it's focus on Vietnam. Ho Chi Minh City is the venue for the Women's 9-Ball Open, the Men's World 10-Ball, of course, and the Mitch Scotch doubles. And then at the end of the season, 16th to the 21st of December, some nice Christmas presents for somebody, whoever wins the Women's World 9-Ball and the Men's 10-Ball Open. That's all coming up later in the year. Don't forget Indonesia next, the 11th of July. Back to this present now. It's the Predator Austrian Open. Filler 3-2 down.
Going to be illegal again. Corner ball's jamming out. 1 ball not down. And Kaplan straight in on the 1 here. Filler's Achilles heel has always been the break. Just hasn't found a way to create like real big power, which is kind of surprising because she has all the coaching that she can get, but just hasn't really found that timing to create big speed. In a tournament like this, it's really showing up as, you know, it's illegal if you don't get 3 balls past the head string, but even in the Pro Billiard Series, she's not as much of a threat on the break just because of the power. I think she'll find it eventually.
Yeah, I think it's also, though, important to point out, Eric, she is in the final here, so she's obviously been breaking pretty good. I believe you said you commentated on her match in the semi-final, and she played. How did she break then? Was she okay with the break?
I was doing. I had Ina's match, and Ina was good on the break. This is, yeah, it's the first match I've done with Pia, but
yeah, I mean, she didn't break very well in the last game that I commentated on her. But here she is in the final, so she must have been breaking pretty okay for the majority of the tournament. Otherwise, she just simply wouldn't be in the tournament still, would she?
yeah, I mean, part of it too is that if you make a ball, that's a point towards your 3-point rule. So if you don't make a ball, you're much more likely to go illegal, which is what happened there. But again, that's 3 out of 4 illegals for Pia, so she'll be looking to turn that around in the rest of this match. Looks like she's drawing into the short side of the 6 here. No, yeah, gonna have to draw back. Watch out for the corner.
Don't draw in the pocket. Don't draw in the pocket. War angle. She could be angled or she's in. Well, that's the worst that could have happened. Very difficult, of course. You're drawing back that distance to judge it just right. Couldn't afford to be too far away from the 6 ball because it was right on the rail. So she didn't want a too steeper angle, but she's a bit like she did on the last 6 ball area. If you remember, in the last rack she overdrew on the 6 ball. Didn't cost her a scratch, but it did cost her the rack in the end because she ended up not getting good position on the 7. So a bit of deja vu there.
Yeah, she's had chances in these last 3 games, and Filler will be happy to bring the score line back to even here. Be a bit of regrouping required from Kaplan going forward.
Ina will have, though, the next 2 breaks, remember. And she's been breaking very, very well. So this 9 for 3-3. Yeah, nicely done. So the mistake on the overdraw from Ina has cost her rack number 6. But she will have 2 breaks of her own now. Good 1 ball and 2 ball. She was fine until she got to the 4 ball and overdrew it. Scratched, and Pia Filler ran the rest of the rack. Nice little montage there from Predator. Great production, great arena. Some great sponsors on board as well for this Eurotour. And of course the added bonus, the top 8 men receive all expenses paid trips to the Eurotours, as do the top 4 women as well. Thanks to all the other sponsors, Aramith, Iwan Simonis, Kamui of course, Billiard Beckman, there you see on the right, who are responsible for bringing the tables in and setting them up, taking them down at the end. Pia's just nipped out for a break. Maybe she's getting a little few tips on the break right now, Eric, who knows? I'm sure Joshua is there having a little word with her.
Yeah, Predator has really elevated the prestige of the Eurotour. Fargo put out a little blurb about there was 32 players above 775 Fargo in the tournament. I mean, imagine the strength coming out of Europe, and a lot of players coming out now.
Yeah, I forgot to mention, of course, Arc, the Arc table, which we're playing on, the new table from Predator. Second table that they've produced alongside the Apex. And Longoni, of course, we have to thank, one of our partners as well. Poison, WCBS, as you can see on your screens, and Sport Union. Big things happening in the world of pool at the moment. Beg your pardon. Just see the trophy in the distance that they're playing for. Right above where the Predator cat is ready to pounce.
Comes Pia back into the arena, and a big Kaplan to break in rack number 7. Breaking from the opposite side of the table is Pia.
I wonder if that was just a little bit of a mind game there from Pia, taking the break on Ina's break.
Go for the 9. Might have gone if the cue ball wasn't there.
Yeah, it's
Legal
dry.
break. Yeah.
Yeah, didn't get the 1. The wing ball didn't go close. The 9 may have gone, as you spotted. Oh, that would have been very, very...
So I guess
has Pia
never
put
thought of.
Pia's put her back in here. Has she?
Yeah,
Must have
she couldn't see the angle on the 1, I guess, to pocket it. So put the push option onto Ina. I was just thinking that'd be a funny occurrence if the 9 ball went in and it was an illegal break. It's not a win. I can't see it being a win.
No.
Good escape from Kaplan there. Created distance.
Yeah, should be happy with that outcome, Eric. Nice little flick off the 3 ball on the way.
I like playing the cue ball into the 8 here and using the 4-6 as blockers.
Smart shot.
Interesting. Yeah, had to contact the 9 pretty well, and she did.
Has the 1-9 gone into a combo? I'm just saying that because if there's a side rail escape here, or indeed if Inna should foul here, is she leaving a straight in 1-9? She's just had a check. So she is jumping again, trying to make it in the corner. Oh, the 9 was on its way, and it's in. As soon as I saw, yeah, the 1 ball lined up, didn't it, more or less, with that 9 ball, and it was always dangerous. Anything can happen. But look at that. That's just a ridiculous fluke, Eric, isn't it? From the 1 ball kissing it in. Just shows you what can happen.
Yeah, and Kaplan needed that. Had lost the previous 3 games, so back in the lead now.
Oh, strange rack, that one. Almost made the 9 in the side off the break, off an illegal break, and then Pia gave it back to Inna. Inna then pushed. Pia gave back the push. A good jump shot. A good safety, we thought, from Pia in return. And then that outrageous fluke on the 9 ball. I guess we were destined, Eric, to have an early 9 in that rack. That's better.
Big power from Kaplan there, making both wired balls. Unlucky on the 2, but she'll have the first chance at defense here.
That's the ball she's been making, Eric, isn't it? The wing ball and the 1 in the side. And as you said, first chance at defence, and I think she's left the edge here, though. Pia having a close look.
Well, it's going to go off the rail, but pretty standard half ball kick here. Half ball angle does play the 2 towards the side, so she can kind of actually play the 2 in while playing safe at the same time. Thin, lucky to not go in the corner. Just going to leave a shot for Kaplan here. Kaplan had 1 tough chance to go up 4-0. That would have been a big lead. This is her second chance to create a little more distance. Nice shot. She's on the 3. Cue ball's playing in the 6-9 a little bit, but a bit of right spin should play her to the left of that stack. Might be straight enough to hold to the right of it. Nice shot. Most natural path here would be up the right side of the table, but the 7's playing heavily into that path. Could play a similar shot, starting the ball to the right a little. Not a huge risk to get behind the 7, and there is a chance to get right around it, so she's going to go straight high here.
Well, it's definitely put her off her stroke there, but she's had a huge roll. Again, you said the 7 might come into it. Oh, she tried to avoid it, and she's ended up missing the ball by so much that the cue balls ended up behind that 7, Eric. So yes, it did play big.
Yeah, Phil are going to have to come across the top side of the ball here. She's going to try to kick this in. If she hits any part of the left edge of the 5, positive things should happen. Not that. Big chance for Kaplan now.
Yeah, worst case scenario there. You remember earlier on in a scratched, drawing back for the 6, didn't she? Pia returning the favour. The German went inner the pocket.
Very straight here. Gonna be forced to take some angle on the 8. I was wondering if she would power all the way back. She did. Got a little straighter because of it, but sacrificed a little distance. I liked the shot. She had a chance to get a little better than this.
Played this very well, Eric. Look at that for a shot.
Perfect on the 9. So Kaplan, first one to the halfway mark here. Back into Pia's breaks in rack number 9 and 10. She's failed from both sides now, Mark, so I'm not sure if she'll stay on the left side of the table.
That was a huge roll there. Farina Kaplan missed that 5 ball by a long way and then played this great shot from the 8 to the 9. And 7 to 8 was pretty good as well. Just got that little bit straighter, didn't she? Still a bit of distance, but handled it very, very well. Great cueist inner. Pia, you feel, needs at least one or both of these games on her own break. Let's see if she's going to change anything up at all. I mean, what does she need to change, Eric? Just power, I guess you're saying, are you?
Yeah, especially with the 3-point rule, there's really no way around it. You have to hit the rack with power. I mean, again, small factors that she's not making the corner ball. If she makes the corner ball, she's got 1 point. And if she doesn't make the 1 should pass the head string, but it's come up a few times now that neither has happened. She's legal this time if the 5 gets there.
No, it hasn't got there, Eric.
No.
It was a bit better. Looked like she was going to make it that time. Made the 1. But didn't make the wing ball, Eric. Well, I think this is on. Is it?
It might be.
Is it on?
There won't be any position, but she'll be happy to see the ball at least if she can. Yeah, she can definitely see it. She can make it in the side. The cue ball would be wildly loose if she does try it in the side. Problem with the corner is the cue ball will be going in the side.
Yeah, I was talking about the side pocket. I mean, I like cutting this in. Maybe play it with just a little bit of left spin as well.
Yeah, really wild on the cue ball, but not really much option. Yeah, I had to play safe there.
Didn't like it.
Just covered her well here.
Yeah, I went 2 rails trying to flick off it. Didn't really threaten the 2 ball at all. I think she's going to find herself behind the 4-ball here. Eric, what do you reckon?
I think so too. I think just slow the pace down a little bit. Just on a guaranteed save. Ideally try to play the 2 right near the 7. So you can play behind the 7 for the 3rd foul. Not bad. A little unlucky with where the 2s ended up exactly, but Kaplan's in a tough spot here. Just looking at the Z kick across 2 rails. The 5's kind of in the way of that. It might be there. If anything, should be playing long of it.
You could hit it a little bit harder to straighten it up, maybe, Eric. And hit further down the rail. Oh, it was nowhere near, was it? It wasn't on, was it? The angle was not there. So that's 2 fouls from Inna. But of course, Pia will be going at this. But Inna still on 2 fouls for later on. If Pia should get out of position, Eric.
Yeah, nice safety net. Three, 4, 5 on the same end. 6, 7, 8, 9 on the same end. So minimal cue ball movement throughout the rack. Most movement's going to come from the 5 to the 6. Overdraw on this one. That's good angle for where she wants to be on the 5. Still maintaining good angle here. Somewhere near straight on the 6 will work. Nice shot. Should be good for the rest of the rack now. Tight match here as we expected.
Yeah, it's going to be 5-4, barring any calamities.
Likely 2 rails forward here. Just run the cue ball. Some left spin.
You don't always win matches with break and runs and playing your best pull. Sometimes your B game is good enough. You just have to stay in there, never give up, keep focus, and hope you hit a nice patch of form where you start to cue nice and smoothly and the game begins to feel a little bit easier, because the way both players are playing at the moment, Eric, nothing is coming that easy, is it? It's just that little bit awkward at the moment for both players.
Yeah, well, it's tough for filler. I mean, you know, it's the goal for any player is to control the game, and if you're just kind of giving up the break every time you have the break, it's such a tough spot to start the rack in. But she's done well to hang in.
Austria, famous for its Alps, of course. Some great ski resorts scattered around the country. And the Alps actually cover 62% of the country. Just think about that, Eric, for a moment.
I did think about it immediately as you said it. It's got to be one of the most mountainous countries in the world.
Also has Europe's second longest river flowing through it, the Danube. Wing ball in, balls across the headstring, shot on the one ball, Eric. Take it away, sir.
There you go. She's figured it out now. Smallest angle going to the right here. Definitely going to have to play the left part of the pocket. She's pretty straight. You could create more angle if you're hitting it at a slower speed, but if she is going to play just off to the right, she'll have to hit it at high speed.
You don't like rail first, Eric? I do.
She is going to go rail first.
Oh.
Caught a little thickly.
Yeah.
Half ball kick here, trying to play the 2 down to the short rail past the 5-8.
Well, she's married to one of the top kickers in the world, Josh Filler. I'm sure he helps with that part of her game, as Albin Ocean does with Jasmine's game.
Perfectly
Nicely
played
played,
there.
Eric.
Everything by design there. Nice shot.
The weight, the line, everything. Nice shot.
Kaplan looks like she's on a pretty big swerve here if she wants to go to the short rail first. She has 2 rail options if she wants to go past the 9. That might be playing a little long of the 2, but she could stun the cue ball back towards the 2 ball. Problem with the swerve is it's a late swerve too.
Yeah, this has got to be the way, hasn't it?
Tying
coming
the
the
6
other.
up, I think.
Yeah. She needed to come the other side of the 9 if she was playing the 2 rail kick. She's left a 6-9 combo though. That's a mistake, isn't it?
Sure. I mean, tough to control the 6 exactly there. It's off angle though, Mark. I don't think you can cut the 6 enough. So Pia's going to try to open it up. Play the cue ball behind the 3. Yeah, I'm really surprised she didn't have a thought at the 2 rail kick there. The straight follow angle wasn't there, but she could have stunned it or drew it back. But she did actually play it well, forcing Pia to play another safe. Now the 2's tied up in that area.
Yeah, so a little bit of strategy now. A little bit of safety to and fro in this 10th rack, and it is a very, very important rack in it, as you said. Ina is already at the halfway stage in this race to 9.
The
Good
9
solid
again?
hit.
No.
Oh, 9 was moving. And look at that, Eric. How do you like that?
Yeah, she's had a couple rolls in this set, particularly getting the cue ball behind the 7 around rack number 6. That was a big one. This one happening earlier in the rack, so a bit more of a chance for Pia to get safe here. Safe enough, and now another cluster of balls with Tied up.
Cue ball behind the 9, Eric. Is that where you're going?
Yeah, that was my first intuition. It's kind of a free bank, and you know, if you banked at it, you'd be the first one playing safe on the 3, which I would want.
Yeah, good strategy, Eric. That's what she's playing, I think. Oh no, she's not. Just playing the all-out safety. Cover behind the 5.
Yeah, for me, there was just very little risk in playing the bank there. Not going to be a battle. Fiddler going for the long jump here. Only has to jump over half the ball. Lots of power required to get over a ball this far away.
And watch the 7 ball as well. It's a possibility. Needs a little bit of luck here. And she's got it.
Ideally, Kaplan will be looking for enough of the left edge that she can draw behind the 9. Oh, caught the 7 on the way through. And ball in hand is the ideal starting position here to open up the 3-8.
Yeah, I thought I just heard the referee call foul. There you see the 7 ball just moving. So now...
Yeah, just didn't... Go ahead.
It's Pia's problem. The 3 ball, which of course with ball in hand, Eric, she can put it anywhere, can't she? And create the manufacturing angle to just go into the 8 ball. Or both of them at the same time, maybe.
Good try. Where the 2 ball was, it wasn't easy to get into the breakout area thin enough, and whenever that happens, you have the chance of not getting enough energy in the cue, and the 2 balls kind of tying up together. She hit it well. Just caught a double kiss on the 8. This is going to come off tightly. Nice shot. Similar shot for Kaplan here if she wants it. Nicely played. Can get behind the 7. Not quite. 3 balls available. Choice here to slow roll at it or play up and down both short rails. Not ideal,
Yeah,
but
okay.
open shot on the 5.
Yeah, that's all you can wish for, isn't it, Eric? She's got a nice open shot at it. Nothing to do with the cue ball. No traffic in the way to get a nice shot on the 6. So can just focus on the pot here.
Got it. And looking like an even score line now.
Yeah, we got ourselves a race to 4 now, Eric. Perfect on the 7.
Yeah, I would like to have an angle with it where the cue ball is now, a little closer to the 8. Drawing across diagonally, back over to the left. It's good from there. Gonna be a long stretch for a right-handed player here.
Not for you, Big Red.
Nice
You
shot.
must be the worst player in the world with a bridge, Eric, because I don't think you've ever used it, have you?
What?
Unless you've
The
been playing
over-under
snooker.
the over-under in a 64-player tournament is 1.5. Might have to use it once a tournament.
Yeah, we're all square, so good time for Ina to take her mandatory break, and Eric Hollifson and myself, Mark White, we're going to take a short one as well. We'll be back as soon as the players are back. We leave you looking at a montage of the best bits of that rack. See you soon, guys. Welcome back to ProBilliardTV and the beautiful arena here for the Predator Austria Women's Open, live from St. Johann in Pongau. Now, I love my little facts about Austria, and I've got a couple left that I'm going to leave you with. Vienna is also known as the City of Dreams, as it was the birthplace of psychoanalysis. And the humble postcard that you send when you're on holiday, well, that was introduced first in Austria. Back to the match, nicely poised at 5-5. 2 balls down, 1 past the head string, 3-point rule adhered to. And look at this, Eric. What do you think of this?
Yeah, looks like the 3 passes the 7, so good chance here for Ina. Gonna want to avoid an angle where she's drawing into the 5 on the way back to the 4. should be achievable. She is going into it. Looks like she's going into the thin side of it, but that's going to impede the movement going back. Might be just straight enough. Doesn't seem to be bothered too much. Well, she could avoid it. Good shot.
Oh, not much angle though, Eric.
Yeah, slightest one going to the right, and she could fall through 2 rails forward. But likely not going to be as close to the 5 here as ideal. No, again, straighter than it looks, so drawing straight back here. Nice hit. Stop position with the cue ball here. Lots of distance. Got to cue the ball well.
Yeah, keep that head down on the cue as well. Played it nicely. Very, very technically sound, isn't she? And as you'd expect from not just Germany but from Europe in general. Big emphasis from coaches in Europe on technique, stance, bridge, straight elbow, keeping that head still.
Yeah, and she's a strong attacking player too. The way the match has gone, the racks have lied a little funny. We haven't really seen her in kind of freewheel state, but the last match when racks were more open, and you can see she's kind of walking around with a pep in her step here, and she's dangerous when she gets in this mode.
Yeah, well known on the European circuit. Of course, doesn't travel too much. She has played a couple of Pro Billiard Series events. She played the Women's World 10 Ball as well in Austria, I remember, Eric, and dispatched those balls very, very nicely indeed. Ran through the rack very well. Break and run. Takes the lead once again, 6-5. Creeping towards the 9 she needs to be crowned the champion. Just overdrew that one, Eric, didn't she? That was the only real mistake. You can't really call it a mistake, but she recovered well with a nice straight in 5 ball. Talented young lady. I actually used to commentate on Inner when COVID was around. She's got a table at home, a very nice little arena at home as well, and I commentated on her a couple of times. Husband Thomas also plays. He was here playing the men's event. Oh, not so good this time.
Yeah, a little
Mr.
thin on the
Wingle,
contact.
Mr. One. Any damage done, Eric?
Have to get a second look here. Well, the one's available on the left, top left, but I feel like the cue ball's playing pretty solidly towards the top right. She can go safe behind the 2 here.
Wow, took the risk. Well, it did go close, Eric, to that corner pocket, and look at that for a nice roll. I think she's due one. She deserves the odd roll here and there. I think Inna has had the majority of the good rolls so far, the jelly rolls as they're called.
Tough spot here. If The one's frozen. She has an outside chance at a rail first, but being over top of the 3, that's very tough to judge. She can bank the 1 up table and try to use the 2 as a blocker, but she's got to cut the 1 decently to the left to miss the double kiss. Bit of a tough spot here for Pia.
Yeah, I think I made that mistake before about Ina's husband. It's not Thomas. I'm sorry about that, guys. Thanks for putting me straight. I think Ina once sent me a message after I'd been on commentary and said exactly the same thing. She says, no, it's not my husband. So I'm sorry about that. I was thinking as I said it, is that correct or not?
Chance for Kaplan here. Four balls available, but position towards the 6 is tough. You have to come across 2 rails. Pardon me, still have the 5 on the table. One rail across for the 5 will be okay, but the 4, 5, 6 progression is going to be tough.
Time called, so he calls the extension. 35-second shot clock. 125-second extension each per rack. 60 seconds after the break, of course.
Decent natural angle here to the middle of the short rail. Going to take some good speed control coming back towards the 4.
Played it nice, Eric.
Slightest bit thin, but I'd rather be on the thin side than the thick side here. Good shot, and she has a chance to get through the rack now. Again, a little thin, but can hit this one a little more aggressively with soft draw, bringing the cue ball near where the angle she's standing at.
And a 2-rack lead at this stage, Eric, is priceless, isn't it? It will mean that with her next 2 breaks, if she does win this, she'll have the chance to win the match on her own break.
Yeah, and she has a break and run threat. Has only 1 in this match, but had a couple the round before. Used all the pocket there. I wonder if she'll try to shoot the 9 in the top right or the bottom right. It's pretty close to the rail. Yeah, go ahead, Mark.
Just 4 1/4 inch pockets. Playing a little bit bigger, of course, Eric, because the cloth isn't too old. Just 4 days of play. This is the 4th day, of course. We're going to find out what she's going to do now. Is she going to play it into the same pocket as the 8, or is she just going to drop it in and play it high into the top right?
Yeah, just because the 9 was so close to the rail, it's always risky trying to run the object ball right up the rail past the points, and just a tougher shot going all the way up. So good play there. Nicely done.
7-5 it is, and she's looking very, very strong.
She just
Well, we hope
definitely
you've
has.
enjoyed.
Go ahead.
Go on, Eric. No, you go.
No, it's okay. Sorry. Yeah, she definitely has strong offensive potential. Especially if she's able to. I feel like she's the type of player that's able to string racks together if she gets confident.
Yeah, as I said, well known on the Eurotour. She's had lots of success in Europe. Doesn't travel too much. She's a mother, a family lady, married to Johann, her husband's called. I always mix them up. Sorry about that, but he is also a very good pool player, I'm told. So thanks for that, Mr. Schmidt. I need correcting quite often. As I said at the start on my intro, Eric is the brains of this operation, that's for sure. Let's have a look at this break, Eric. 2 to come from Pia, and you feel she needs one or both of them.
There goes the wired balls. No reward with the 2. Just gonna have a safe option with the banking the 2 up the middle. Trying to use the 6. Well, looks like she's found her break now, Mark. Just hitting it a little more smoothly. You know, when the 9's moved up on the spot. Go ahead, yeah.
Timing it better, isn't she? She's just timing it that much better. It's not all about how hard you can hit. It's how smooth you stroke through the cue ball as well. That's where your power comes from, your smooth power. And she's certainly found that.
Yeah, exactly. Really evident with how Shane Van Boning breaks. You know, it's not the old school jump in the air and throw your body at it. It's just how he's timing the cue at the cue ball, and she's found that. It makes the balls react more naturally out of the rack too, especially with the 9 on the spot. If you're chopping the acceleration, you're not going to make that corner ball as often.
Yeah, and it makes the chance of accuracy that much more, doesn't it? Because you're not, you know, moving your body all over the place. You're staying still and just smoothly pushing the cue through to the 1 ball.
That's right. Yeah, Ina was in a tough spot there. Caught a double kiss. Left a thin one on the 2 in the side. I think the cue ball's running into the 9. It might be missing it to the right. Just gotta focus on the pocketing here. Nice shot. Be unlucky to end up right in line with it. It's a tough roll there. It's still available on the side. She's looking at the angle. Going to be forced to leave distance on the 4. But I think trying to make something happen here, being stuck in the match.
And she can play it, Eric, with a bit of right hand spin as well, just to, you know, straighten the angle off of the rail so she's not getting too further away from the 4. Referee having a little sit down there. Checking, of course, for a ball foul. Played it okay.
Just looking at that angle, but I'd be a little bit worried about it, getting the 6 into play if you're playing long like that. You have to draw the cue ball pretty far to the right of the 9. It's going to be coming back sharply into the line of the 6. There is an option to go all the way over onto the left long rail. Of course, the 6 could be involved there too, but I think I'd favor that one. She did,
yeah,
but
she's
with
with
the
you on
7
that.
on the way through.
Unlucky. A little bit unfortunate. Just got into the cue ball a little bit too much, Eric.
I think she's okay here, though, Mark. Have to have a second look, but I think she's landed on the 5.
Yeah, you're right, she has.
Nice play.
just had a message on Instagram from Johann Kaplan, Ina's husband, saying Thomas isn't her husband, I am, and I'm at home with the kids. What's going on? It's Father's Day today, Tom. Sorry, Johann. It's Father's Day. Of course, Ina very, very busy in this final, and now about to lead 7-6. Apologies, Johann, for my mistake earlier on. You know what I meant. I knew you were a good player, but I made that mistake before. I promise I won't make it again.
They're not going to let you live that one down, but you stand corrected.
No, I've made a few. I think the worst faux pas I've ever done, somebody made a little montage of all my mistakes. I think it was about an hour long. I'm joking, of course. It was about a minute and a half long of all the silly things that I've ever said online, and I think my worst faux pas of all was when I called Jasmine Ocean Albin's wife. Of course I know they're brother and sister, but just in the moment sometimes, guys, I get a little bit carried away. I'm not the youngest guy. All good fun. Pia with her second break in this innings, looking to draw level.
There goes 2 balls in the corner. She's found it now. Thin one on the 1. It's makeable. Biggest worry here will be holding for the 2, but I believe it's possible. Have to play a lot of right spin on it if she does try to cut it in. Unfortunate thing here for Pia is she's on such a thin cut angle, and right spin's not going to promote the ball cutting to the right here. Has to do it though. No way to slow the cue ball down otherwise. Just wasn't able to slow it down enough. Good try there.
Yeah, no shot here for Pia, so she's going to have to find some kind of safety. I've also just learned something else as well. Father's Day in Germany is May 29th. Is it Father's Day where you are, Eric?
It is. I'll be calling my dad today.
Good man.
Nice control,
Yeah, decent
kick there
kick
from Ina. Yeah, hit it perfectly. Got the 2 ball out into open space where kick safes are going to be tough here. And a chance for Ina to get on the hill now. Ball's fairly in the open.
Yeah, that was a good kick safe that she played on her last visit in a Kaplan, and it's earned her ball in hand. Great chance now to get to the hill first.
Yeah, this is the mode we saw her in the semifinals. Getting around to the shots quickly, getting down on the shots quickly, playing confidently. Even near the end of the set with the title on the line, just believing in herself here.
Yeah, this is good stuff.
Slightly too much angle, but she can play around 3 rails.
Yeah, perfectly negotiated. So this 9-ball to arrive at the hill, and the term hill on the hill comes from military term of when soldiers used to go up on the hill and have the advantage over attacking troops.
Two breaks to come, too, for Ina.
I do love those little montages at the end. That's the speed we all love to see Paul played at. It's a bit like watching Tony Drago, watching those montages. That's about how quick he used to play in normal speed.
Still plays, played in the World Senior Championships this year. Still a little bit active on the international pool scene as well.
Yeah, character. Tony Drago. Once made 100 break in about 2 minutes, I believe.
Yeah, it's on YouTube if you want to check it out. A little thin on that one.
Dry, is it?
She's left a chance here. Players don't want to go thinner than the middle diamond. She just got a little thin there. It's a 3 past the 4 mark. It's close. If not, there is a combo option.
Yeah, I was just thinking maybe a combo. Depends what angle she has on this 2-ball. I think that's her intention.
Yeah.
She'd like
It's
a quick
off angles. Yeah, it's off angles, so it's missable. She'll want to get close to it here so she can judge how she's playing the 3 into the 9. Nicely done. Helps when the combo's off angle and you're actually on the line to kind of hit the center of the ball you're using to combo with. It's pretty much the case here.
Yeah, high percentage this one, isn't it? Straight
Shot.
in it goes. 8-7, Eric. But of course, it does have one more break to come on this rotation of breaks.
Yeah, just looking to get a little thicker into the rack. She's been successful overall.
Yeah, it's just what you want with your opponent on the hill. A nice combo on the winning 9-ball. So here we go then, the most important break of the match so far for Ina Kaplan.
Oh, switching sides, Mark. See if it proves successful here.
Brave thing to do when you're on the hill. Oh no,
One ball's
ball's in.
Two balls
Two
down,
balls
but
are
not
down.
legal.
It's illegal. Well, didn't.
Threes. Yeah, just got jammed out on the corner ball there, but the three's tied up with the 6. If Pia gets to the middle of the table, she can play a pretty good save, banking the 3 around 4 rails, sticking the cue ball behind the 6. Little too much pace for that. Tough spot now. I mean, it'd be really aggressive to go at the bank here. If you play off the left side, there's a track around 4 rails where you can get the cue ball behind the 5, but that's very complicated. Not a shot that comes up a lot. Looks like she might be playing that.
Extension called. Big shot now in this match. Just has to wait, sat in her chair, hoping for a chance to win the title. Well,
yeah, just backed off there, played the guaranteed safe.
Oh, look at this, Eric. This looks good. This looks very good.
This could be a game winner here. No real kick safe. Actually possible to miss the ball. The cue ball will be bending a lot off the right long rail here.
Yeah, slightly awkward this, especially when you're hitting a rail that you're pretty close to.
I was going to say, it looked like she was going out of 3 rails and she's missed it. So
And she's
chance for
opened
Ina
up
now.
the 7-9 as well, Eric. They weren't perfectly placed, but they are now. So this is a real chance.
I don't mind the 3 rail play there. It's so tough to judge 1 rail. Just got a little long into it. Shot of the rack's going to be from the 6 to the 7 here. A women's Eurotour title staring Ina right in the face. And would be a great victory along the way. She can draw back between the 8-9 here.
Well, if this was rack 1, she'd get down and knock this in, no problem. But this is to win the title. Missed it.
It's too thick.
Oh, look at this. Oh, it's okay. So Pia has what I'm sure she was wishing for. One more chance. As you sat in your chair, that's all you ever want. Come on, just give me one more chance. And she hit that straight into the rail, really. Didn't threaten the pocket. So it's a chance for Pia Filler to take us to a hill thriller with the killer filler. And the lady with a plan. in a Kaplan.
Good cue ball control too here. Natural speed and natural contact point on the cue ball. Decided she was going to get a little far from the 8 if she played it 1 rail across, so when it went around 3 rails, ended up getting maybe a little further. It was a good thought. Still okay here, just has to settle her nerve.
Yeah, caught that a little bit thin, lost the cue ball slightly, but still one you expect her to make. This to tie us up at heel as we see Ina taking a sip of water, getting ready for a deciding rack. And it will be Pia breaking.
Wow.
Yeah, she can smile now because it wobbled in. Saw the funny side of it. I'm sure Ina didn't. The fist pump will come. The high five. It's all down to a final rack, ladies and gentlemen. The final rack of what has been a tremendous event here in Austria. At 6 ball. It was awkward queuing, to be honest. And as I did say at the time, in rack number 1, I'm sure she'd have just floated it in. But when you're on the hill to win a title, it's totally different. Your thoughts on the match, Eric, so far?
Yeah, it's just been nip and tuck. Not, Pia struggled on the break early. She did well to hang with Ina. Ina came with some strong runouts in the second part of the match. Really, scoreline's indicative of how everything's gone. Above average play, but not perfect play from both players. Both doing their best to get their sights on the title here.
Wing ball down, 2 balls past the head string. A shot on the 1 ball. She's got a chance at the title here. A shot at the title.
Four balls kind of in the way of the easiest path back to the 3. She could play it with some left, but there's a bunch of traffic blocking the left side of the table. This is actually tougher than it looks, Mark. Could play the cue ball between the 3-5 all the way back up table, or kind of run the cue ball at the 5. Not much else. Maybe the 7 if you want to gamble a little bit. Just undercut it. So second chance at the finish line for Ina here.
Has she blown it?
I actually like going around 3 rails to the short side. Yeah, go ahead.
This is a huge stretch. Look at the amount of cue overhang from the bridge hand. Oh, missed the 8 ball. She kind of did. Oh, well, she's left herself an awkward one, Eric. Nothing's easy in the final rack, is it?
Yeah, tempting to play safe here. Yeah, especially under the pressure. I don't blame her. But she's found a window, and there's going to be a chance for filler here. The bank's playing a little long. Could shorten it up with speed. But there's a big wall created by the 5, 6, 7 there. And I believe she'll play the cue ball back down near the 6. Nice play. Advantage Pia now.
Yeah, no hesitation of getting Shorty out. Just made Shorty's just been made even shorter because of the close proximity of the intervening 5 ball. We're right behind this. Good solid hit. Needs a bit of luck. Hasn't got it. Half a chance then for Pia Filler.
Yeah, high level of difficulty on this one. But it is makeable. Not much to do for position. Choice of whether to elevate and hit it more aggressively or just roll at it. Again, under pressure, I don't mind rolling at this ball. Still enough speed that you can keep the cue ball on a solid line. Safe. That's surprising, Mark.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised as well, but she's played a good safety. I don't think she's got the potting angle here. I think you kind of got to kick off the underside of this 3, Eric. Send the 3 up towards the 4 ball. Cue ball hopefully back behind the 7.
Yeah, gonna have to draw this one if you want to get behind the 7, and she's not, so she might hit the 7 on the way back.
Oh,
Just
she's
try to
gone the
kick
other
it
way.
in. It's aggressive.
Good chance now then. The best chance, I think, of the rack so far.
Took her chance there. One
Do you think she's
reprieve
actually
for
trying to-
Ina.
Do you think she was trying to kick that in, Eric, or was it just
Yeah, I don't think she
a bit
would
of
have
misjudgment?
I don't think she would have hit the wrong side of the ball like that. I mean, it's one thing to maybe hit the ball squarely, but when you actually hit the other side of it, I think she was actually trying to kick it in. Especially playing it with high too. If she was trying to hit the half ball side on the low side, I think she would have drawn it. But the one reprieve is that the 3 was straight, so Filler couldn't really develop much angle towards the 4. Another tester here. Wow, using the whole pocket again.
It's been a great 4 days of competition. We saw an excellent final yesterday. This one just as enthralling. Four pots away from going one better than she did last week in Soaring Eagle. Had a great European Championships, don't forget, in Tallinn. Just got to hold herself together, Eric, now for these last 3 balls. That young lady there, I'm sure, fearing the worst now. She had her chances. It was that 6th ball, wasn't it, in the last rack. Awkward bridging over the 9 ball.
Nice play there. Stun follow. Natural follow back to the 9 now.
he's coming down a little bit straight, Eric.
Is she?
Is there more drama?
Is she playing short of the scratch is the first question. I think she's going to go into the short rail here with a follow. She might even choose to draw it just to hit it more aggressively. This is awkward, Mark. One of the tougher shots I've ever seen on the hill.
The 9-ball that she just made in the last rack was easier than this, and it wobbled. This for the title. She's overcut it, but she's missed it thin, which is good if you're going to miss a ball, because it means she hasn't left the 9-ball on. Well, what do you do in this situation, Eric? Do you go side to side with the cue ball?
I think you got to take a shot at the win here. Remember the bank David Al-Kaidi made to win the World Pool Masters? See if we can see a replay.
The one that Alex Kazakis turned down, if you remember rightly.
She has a look of determination on her face.
They do say if you've got a chance at the win, go for it, because you might not get another. She's gone for it. She hasn't got it. She needs some luck here now. I don't think she's going to get it. It's going to be on in the side pocket. Only consolation, cue ball is close to that side rail. But I think Pia makes this 98 times out of 100. And it's there. Well, what a win. You would never have called that after the early part of this match, but she stuck in there. She dug very, very deep. She showed good heart. She kept a good spirit as well. And she can't believe she's won that, I don't think. And to be honest, I don't think Ina Kaplan can believe she's lost it either. She did have a chance to win it. But that young lady there is your 2025 Predator Austrian Open Women's Champion, and she's just going to have another go at the 9-ball that she just missed. That's all from us until Indonesia. We hope to see you guys in Indonesia on Billiard TV for the Indonesian Open. That's on the 11th of July. But thank you for your company over the last 4 days. We've had a lot of fun. Thanks from all the crew. Thanks to Eric Hallefson for joining me on this final. I'm Mark White. From me, bye for now. Ta-da.
such a thrilling final, it's time for the trophy ceremony for the 2025 Predator Women's Austrian Open. So let's welcome our presentation party. Pro Billiard Series Coordinator at the Predator Group, Mr. Dave Warrington. Erwin Schwartz, owner of the Alpina Hotel. And the Bürgermeisterin of St. Johann in Pongau, Ms. Evelyn Huber. After such a great final, it's a shame to have a loser. So let's hear it for our runner-up, Ina Kaplan. Your Predator Women's Austrian Open Champion and Queen of the Alps, Pia Villa. Concludes our trophy presentation. Once again, thank you all for coming, and I hope you enjoyed every minute of that final.
I have a few more pictures. There are a couple of thank yous that, on behalf of the IBP and the Predator Group, would like to make. And of course, first of all, for the hospitality shown here, always at the Alpina Wellness and Sports Hotel from the Schwartz family. Thank you very much, Erwin. Your staff, everything. Thank you. And of course, we need a lot of help here to make these events. And a big thank you has to go to Theo Riedelecker and the Ballazzo team. Thank you, Theo. So, you know, we're going to be sitting here for a couple of days to discuss with these people. Do you want us to come back next year? There you go. Hands down. So we have to work now, but we're going to come back next year. Thank you very much for all being here. I hope you enjoyed it. And enjoy the weather outside.